This show is brought to you by Audible.
Hey, Kev, it's time to record a new Smodcast.
Fuck off. I'm listening to one of the other great shows on the Smodcast Podcast Network. Scott?
There's so many to choose from.
You damn skippy, there's so many to choose from. I'm on 5 every week myself, man. Hollywood Babylon on Monday, Smodcast with you on Tuesday, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Wednesday with Jay Muse, Fat Man on Batman every Thursday, and then I wrap up the week with Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
There's so many to choose from.
Hell yeah, son, and those aren't the only podcasts. Those are just the ones I'm involved with. What about the podcasts of Smodco that don't feature me, man? Like Tell 'em Steve Dave, Last Week on Earth with Ben Glebe, I Sell Comics with Ming and Mike.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, man, there's also Film School Fridays or Netheads or Get Up on This, Team Jack.
There's so many to choose from.
The Breaks, man. Waking from the American Dream, Bagged and Boarded, Phoebe, Soundbite Nation. These are all the shows you could be listening to over at smodcast.com, Scott.
There's so many to choose from.
And if audio's not enough for you, man, if you're just like, no, I want the thick dick of video as well, man, well, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is C-Smod, or you can watch Comic Book Men, our show on AMC, following The Walking Dead and The Talking Dead every Sunday night.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. So get choosing, kids. Go to smodcast.com. Start getting picky, man. Stick these sweet, sweet oral sounds into your ear pussies.
There's so many to choose from.
You said that already.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, Seiji.
Oh.
Do you want to be in a movie?
Yes.
All right. All you got to do is go to Kickstarter.com.
Yeah.
Look up Tell 'em Steve Dave Clay Animation. And tonight, guess what? At midnight, we're adding 2 new levels. You can either do a voice for the movie, or you can get your very own puppet clay guy from the movie. Would you want to do your voice or get the puppet?
I was right.
You want to do the voice?
Yeah.
All right. Let me hear. What voice would you use for your character?
Hello.
How about something like, why, hello there, Seiji, you want to be my best friend?
Not like you.
Well, you don't like me.
God, you good.
I'm not going to get your head, I'll get your head.
You're not. I am BB.
You better.
Oh, you are you good.
You're the cuckoo head.
You're the good head.
You're the cuckoo head. All right.
Hey.
And that's it. It's that easy. So if you want to be a part of Tell 'em Steve Dave history, that's all you got to do.
Oh no, I will lose.
You're going to lose?
Yeah.
You're not going to lose. You can't lose. If you go to Kickstarter.com, Tell 'em Steve Dave Clay Animation, very limited levels we just added because we're trying to boost up the budget a little and make it even better for everybody. What are you laughing at?
You're good.
I'll smack you right in the eye. I'll give you a shiner. Mm-hmm. Then you know what your voice will sound like? Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's it. Seiji, do you want to join the army?
Yes.
Okay, all you got to do, go to tellemstevedave.merchtable.com and you're going to get a Walt Flanagan designed Tell 'em Steve Dave Army Ant t-shirt for only $20.
What? I will stay.
Can you believe it? Do you know who Walt Flanagan is?
No.
Yes, you do. Walt.
No, it's that.
You don't know Walt? Colonel Flanagan? Head of the Tell 'em Steve Dave Army?
Not good.
I just looked on the website. They got you covered. Everything from small to 5X. You could be super little or super big.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep. I didn't sassy, but beep, beep.
All right. Don't you drive over me. How dare you? So what was that again, Seiji? TellEmSteveDave.merchtable.com.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh no, we crashed. My arm fell off. Help.
Not happy.
You're not going to help me.
Hughes cat chases birds.
Yep. Extra. Yeah. Read all about it.
we're going to be out there kicking over tombstones and shit, this kind of weather, I'm going to need to bundle up.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this morning's show.
Broadcasting live from the Secret Stash.
Me, Ming and Spike on this morning's show.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. 190 edition, something like that. Climbing up the ladder.
To the Millennium Edition?
Mm-hmm. Is that 200?
I think so.
No.
The Bicentennial?
Bicentennial.
I suppose.
Well, hey guys. I'm in a super groovy, cool, happy mood this week.
It's a low energy night. Are you in a bad mood?
No, I'm never in a bad mood, dude. Don't you know? If I fucking come on this podcast and say that I complain about things, I got to hear about it
For the rest of the week?
for fucking the rest of the week. About my non-job, about how fucking hard other people work and how lucky I have it. And how people used to love listening to the podcast, but now it's just a bitch fest.
You heard that, huh?
I heard that.
Bitch face. Q.
No more, Walt. No more. Smiley face.
Bitch face over there.
Yeah.
You turned over a new leaf?
That's it, bro. It's a new
That's
me.
good. I actually felt it.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you came in, I felt it. I felt it better, more energized, more positive Q.
Yeah. I thought what we were doing here was
Think
making a
about
podcast.
the other people in the room, because, you know,
What?
if you walk in a room,
Yeah.
you really can alter the whole room.
Really?
Yeah, you're electrifying.
I'm like Shirley Temple with my smile.
You know, you can walk in and you can change the whole atmosphere of
Yeah.
a room. So that's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Well, I'm ready to accept that weight, Walt. Chippity Cho. Happy New Year.
Like the room is not like literally this room, but the room is now
Yeah.
the show. So you've got
I'm just
thousands and
thinking-
thousands
I'm
of people in the room.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. You're 100% right about that. And I'm not even thinking about those people. I'm just thinking about my own personal room.
Yeah.
So tired of him coming in bitching like that. So
With
I'm
the
happy
bitch
to hear.
face.
Yeah, I'm
It's
happy to
over.
hear.
Walt. It's over, Walt.
He pulls up with the bitch face on right away, you know what you're gonna get.
Oh, fucking Charlie Brown's here again. For Christ's
No.
sake.
Never again. Never again.
Never again.
No.
Well,
It's a sanitized version now.
More money, more problems.
Oh, that's the thing. I'm not even making money.
Everything.
Like,
oh, you start Q.
right. Hippity hey, everybody.
So quick. How long did that last?
That was a good 3 minutes before he started crying and poor.
Whatever.
Well, that's. I think the listeners are very. They've just wiped their brow and they're happy to hear that they can depend on Upbeat Q
Yeah.
for the rest of 2014.
Yeah. Get ready. Buckle up. Ride the wave of positivity.
It's early in the year yet.
A positive outlook can change everything.
No, you're right. I agree. I'm in.
I've heard that a positive outlook can actually alter your immune system.
Yeah?
It can cure disease. I mean, there's nothing you can't do with
Really?
with
Just a smile?
with a smile and a gung ho attitude.
All right. All right. It's on.
You should go around just smiling and curing people,
Yeah,
man.
that's it, dude. I'm going to be like Jesus.
Cure them of disease.
I will say I saw something that made me smile this weekend. Was I don't know if you, Brian, understand how fucking like the weight of how cool it was that you got to kiss Uhura. But I
Yeah.
was fucking pretty impressed by that.
Where are you?
Yeah, man. Like did you have any moment where you were like, oh wow, like she had the first interracial kiss on television. She was sexy as hell back in the day. Like that was her thing. She wore that little skirt around. She's an icon, and she planted not one but two kisses on you. Or are you just like, oh fuck it?
Actually, I thought more of the people that were probably at home being like, that fucking fat jerk off doesn't deserve to kiss her. He doesn't even like Star Trek.
That was me.
You can do it in the privacy of your own home, bitch, like that.
Save the bitch face for your cats.
Yeah.
But I was never a huge fan of Star Trek.
Right, but she
When
was
I was
hot
young.
back in the day, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let me call up a picture of you.
Somebody says, was Mike as jealous as he looked when you got multiple kisses from Uhura? I don't know. While you were there, did Mike seem jealous at the time?
Let's be honest. I mean, if he was called upon to kiss her on camera, he would have not have done it.
Oh, you think not?
No,
Really?
not a chance. Not a chance.
Man.
No, why is that? Oh,
His
no.
wife would not like that.
Get out of here. She's like 80.
It doesn't matter though, man. There's just some things you don't do, and I don't think he would kiss another woman on camera.
It was sensual, though, right?
Sure.
I think a lot of people were rubbing off to it.
I mean, come on. She was sexy as shit back in the day. Look at
Yeah,
that.
she's pretty hot. Oh, that looks good in that skirt,
Yeah,
too.
a little skirt. I was jealous. I was like, fucking. Oh, I mean, hey!
Yeah, that's okay.
I was happy for you, pal.
You sound like a cartoon character, though.
Well, what do you
know,
want?
so-
I got
you know-
the fucking. The ants turned on me. I got fucking bit a lot.
They'll turn. The colony will
Fucking holy shit.
kick you out if they don't fucking like what you're doing, Q.
Yeah, but I thought
They'll
that
seize him,
this show
they'll
was
swarm him and shit.
There's a maggot in the fucking in the nest.
Rip his appendages
The beauty
off.
of the show was that we were going to give them an inside peek into how things are going with all this shit. How like it's not like, oh fucking like if I give an interview with someone, I can't be like fucking.
There's only so much though
Ah.
that like I mean, you got to look at it. If you were still BQ of
Sure.
not on TV, then you have a little bit more room to bitch, I think.
Yeah, but I don't want these people out there who may want to be getting into television thinking it's fucking, anything less than great and perfect, right, guys? Whoa!
I think it's tough for the average person who goes to a job that they don't like. Because it's like,
Yeah, but I've done that too.
yeah, I know you have, but this is something that it's perceived that, like, you could have stayed a fireman. You could have stayed at the sign store. Well, no, that place you couldn't have stayed. You would have fucking killed yourself.
Or stayed hanging from a rafter. I would have been the dangling saint.
But you, like, this is something that not only did you go after,
Right.
but is not easy to achieve. And it's not something that you were like, hey,
What's the success ratio
I'll
you
try.
think of
Oh.
people trying to get into television who get their own show?
Statistically impossible, actually.
It's almost statistically immeasurable, I imagine.
Right. Okay. So when you get it,
Right.
yeah, it
But
might be tough
don't people
to.
want a peek behind the curtain as to what's real, or they just want?
Nope.
They don't want it. The army ants don't want it.
No,
Some do, some don't. I mean,
yeah,
it's just-
there are those who will take glee in the fact that you're dissatisfied.
Right. Well, I'm not dissatisfied with the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to display that, but a rough day's a rough day for anybody, bro. Huh?
Sure.
But you know what? Fuck it. That's all in the past.
Yeah, that was 2013.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it for my cats.
Yeah, go home and take it out on them.
if you only have one smile to give, Q,
Yeah.
don't give it to a stranger. Give it to your fucking listeners. They deserve
like
it.
that,
They
man.
deserve it more than a stranger does.
I agree.
'Cause I see the way you treat people, like when they walk up to you. You know, you're very kind and generous. You don't bitch to them.
Right.
Like if they recognize you, you don't start going into it. You're great.
Right.
Bring that here too, then.
All right. That's
And
done.
everybody's and the ants will let you back in the colony. Then.
All right, wait, I'm out of the colony?
Forgot to tell you. Took a secret vote.
All right. Well, listen, it's all changed now. It's all changed.
All right.
Good for you.
Yeah. So what's going on with this fucking Claymation DVD, huh?
Talk a little bit about the claymation.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
That's what people love to hear.
Think it's going to happen?
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we got 15 days to go.
Right.
There was a little bit of, I don't know, I guess you would call it miscalculation on our part.
Yeah.
As far as budgetary. So it turns out it's going to be more expensive
Right.
than we imagined it would be. And
That's what they. Well, I don't even. Why would you even get into this? Why would you even bring this up?
because I don't want people to look at the number and think like, oh my God, they're fucking getting rich, because I don't want to hear that shit on Twitter and have to defend and all that. So just put it out there. But, we're leaving it up. We're surpassing the goal so that we can actually, why not? I thought we were pulling back curtains today. No?
Yeah, sure.
Well, whatever. But anyway, well, okay. So what do we want to say about it?
I mean, just rest assured, if it's Tell 'em Steve Dave, there's been a miscalculation.
Yeah, somebody fucked up something somewhere.
It's fucking
Doesn't affect
as
you
good
guys.
as fucking the sun will rise tomorrow. Bet your bottom fucking dollar that somebody miscalculated something.
It was Quinn.
And we're right on target.
Yeah, I truly, I don't even know if any of this should go in. I really don't think so, man. This is horrible.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This is
I
awful.
should probably just take all that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people really want to hear that.
No,
Okay, so we're going to start again. We just talked for 15 minutes about. You'll never ever hear it. You will never hear it. So instead, let's talk about Tell 'em Steve Dave Claymation movie, which is still available.
Yes.
15 days to go.
You can still get in on it on the ground floor. Get an original first printing pressing,
Yeah,
which are always more valuable.
sure. I would want one. I wouldn't want some fucking
Where do you gotta
second,
go?
third print.
Where you gotta go to get
What are we
that?
looking at here? Kickstarter.com. Just go to Tell 'em Steve Dave Clay Animation Movie, and you can get in. Fairly inexpensive for something that's going to be very cool.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
You know, I was working on the script a little bit today.
Oh yeah, how many pages you got done?
I've been outlining and stuff, like basically building the outline, building the framework, and then what's that?
Right. How many pages you got done?
I only have a couple pages written. So
That's not how it works,
Yeah.
Walt.
All right, all right. I don't know how it works. So,
Yeah.
how much of an outline you got done?
2 pages. That's all it is. That's
Right,
all.
but
That's all
how
I
much
need.
is that encompassing the whole thing?
The whole thing. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the framework.
I got to build the
You
frame
just
before I
got-
put up the walls, baby.
Right, you got to put some meat on the skeleton now.
Yeah. Had some good ideas. Walt's been emailing me ideas
I've
here
been
and
getting
there.
those.
Yeah,
I've been
I
getting
put
those
everything
as well.
down in my little notebook so I don't forget. As soon as you send me something, Walt, I write it down in my little notebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're having a meeting after this podcast. to
Business
talk
meetings.
scripts.
Maybe we can write our tea off our taxes. And
That's
stuff.
right.
So go ahead, go do that. Tell them Steve did.
And when's the final cutoff date to that?
15 days. So you got about 2 weeks to go. Well, this is what day is today? Monday?
Tuesday,
So by the time
Monday.
you hear this,
It's gonna be
it'll
less
be
than
like
2
11
weeks.
days or
Yeah,
something.
less than 2 weeks if you want to get in on it. We hope you do. Not many. I didn't see a lot of overseas backers, and I know we got a strong contingent of
we do.
overseas listeners.
Right.
So that was kind of a head scratcher because I know they're there. Maybe maybe the cost is just a bit too
Yeah, because what happens is when
cost prohibitive.
they get that, they have to pay a tax for ordering out of country that's pretty high.
Is that actually ordering something, or is that like contributing? Is that making a donation and then you get a gift from that donation?
I know that when I did the vinyls,
Fucking Royals, man! Why are they fucking keeping it's all
Yeah.
they got to pay the royal family off.
You're
That's
right,
why
bro.
they can't order a Claymation DVD
a
from
fucking
us.
woman with a corgis that she's got to feed the best food possible.
And I didn't see her name on the list either. I don't think
You don't think Caroline or
none of them.
None of
Princess Kate, none of them.
them. They didn't order it, huh? They didn't
There
want
is-
to back her.
Was somebody I wanted to single out and acknowledge, if I may, Kiss a Little Ass.
Who?
And I don't often kiss ass, but there's someone. But I was, not that I wasn't expecting it, so the word isn't surprise, but it was really nice to see Kevin Smith tweet about it and make a fucking nice little.
A sizable and anonymous.
Yeah, and anonymous. I mean, the
Well, not
only,
anonymous because
Not
we saw his
anymore.
name there, but
Yeah, but
Oh.
well, I mean, I didn't go and look at the list, so I would have never known.
no,
that he
Stacy
he-
sent me the thing, right?
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He
He's
donated.
royalty,
Sure, but that was
Jersey royalty.
that was a fucking stand-up move, man. Like that's
yeah.
King Kev of Monmouth.
that was
County.
really something. So thank you, Kat. I don't know if he still listens to the episodes anymore or whatnot.
doubtful, but that was
Yeah, it was.
It's one of those things where it's like you're like those supportive moments where you're like,
Yeah.
this is one of the many things that you
Did not have to do
love
it.
about him. Yeah.
Well, like he didn't even have to do the tweet saying to donate, but he did that. That would have been enough to have been like, oh wow, that's pretty cool of him looking out.
Yeah. Do
Anyway,
you think the Queen does not follow Kev on Twitter? Maybe
What's that?
Kev doesn't. The Queen doesn't follow Kev on Twitter, so she didn't see the.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
she may not be aware. Maybe before I come down too harshly on the Royals, they may just not be aware that the puppet DVD or the claymation DVD is up and orderable.
yeah, maybe one of you UKers, you Londoners can go tell her.
Lucy Muckinees or Frankie.
Lucy Muckinees,
Yeah,
go
what
ahead.
about Frankie? We haven't heard from her in a little bit.
Yeah, go bang on the door.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, like that big knocker. They must have a huge knocker on that door, right? Like boom,
Made
boom,
of
boom.
gold
Yeah.
and servants' bones.
I saw. All right, yeah. So go ahead, Kickstarter, man. Support that shit.
Right.
I was in a Wikipedia rabbit hole the other day, and I was looking at
That's a great term.
at torture devices.
Okay.
Anytime you because I was this Sunday, it seems like it's a weekly thing now. I was having some of the same issues I had the Sunday before, and it feels torturous. You know what I'm talking about?
No. What are you talking about?
Constipation.
Ah.
In the moment, it feels torturous.
Okay.
And then you go and you look at something like this, some of this fucking shit. It's like this happened to people, you know? Like somebody got put into a fucking hollow bronze bowl,
Yeah.
and then they heated that shit up.
Yeah, I was reading up on the Nazi medical experiments,
Mm-hmm.
and they're horrifying. Yeah, and like just the freezing ones are like they're like the big fucking ones that everybody like seems to point to,
Right.
where they would just take people and just throw them into freezing water, or throw them out in the cold, in the freezing cold for an hour, and then throw them into boiling water directly, and it's like it's horrible, it's horrifying.
Yeah, I took Sage for a walk today. She was walking for 10 minutes, and the complaining, the crying, the bitch face.
Well, she is a Johnson.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
let's not forget that.
And speaking of
And it wasn't even that bad today.
tortures and whatnot, but here's one that you guys, I read this and I thought you guys may have been like, you may have been not so unwilling to go this way. Many countries I read would war prisoners. They would bury them up to their up to their necks,
Holy
up to their
shit.
chins, and they'd have women come urinate in their mouth until they drowned.
Really?
That's really odd.
Yeah, look that up. That's true. I thought of you guys. I was like, yeah, that's that. I mean, you guys could deal with that, probably going that way, right? If you had to, you either go by firing squad.
Yeah, they
Or hanging?
They rounded up the hottest girls in the village and had them come out and pee in their mouths.
Yeah, it's not like some old bag that's like it's like all thick and.
I didn't say it was the hottest
Well, yeah.
village girls.
I'll take the shot. I'll take the instant death.
Really?
Rather than somebody's grandmother pissing in my mouth. What are you talking about?
What? But you guys have gone on record that you're up for that sort of stuff. I mean, you don't want to die by doing it. But I mean, if you got to go a certain
I don't
way.
recall ever going on reak that I'm okay with, like up for that stuff.
People
I remember
pissing in your mouth.
I came down upon it and you were like,
we
oh,
would-
you teach their own. Hey,
not
speak for yourself.
Judgmental is not the same as fucking being
Speak for
down.
yourself. Some people like that stuff.
Listen, I'm not judgmental of homosexuals. That doesn't mean I want some guy to plow me in the ass.
Oh, come on, Q.
What? It's true.
But you don't know until you try.
Well, neither do you. So what do you want to do?
Hey, I'm not
You want
dead
to figure
yet.
this out
I'm
right now?
not dead yet.
It'd be the best podcast ever.
But am I right though? I mean, are you looking that up, Brian? Is that
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, it's like within this article, so I'm kind of
Oh, it's pretty horrible.
trying to find it.
But while you do that, it's like there's a still a lot of controversy today because the experiments that the Nazi doctors did, Walt, yielded
some good, right?
some helpful medical advice
Right.
that doctors today still use, and there's a giant moral dilemma about that. About using research that came from the torture of war prisoners.
All right.
But what are you going to do?
Well,
It was like Operation Paperclip, I think it was called. Like right after the war, they brought a bunch of Nazi scientists over, and they were using that very same.
It's pretty fucked up. What are you going to do?
What can you do? Here you go, Walt. I guess this was
What if it was?
1933.
What if you could pick the Village Girls, Q? Would you still take that over Firing Squad?
I mean, I don't want to die drowning in
But
piss.
you got to die anyway. You're going to be shot. You're going to be hung. You're going to be electrocuted. You're going to maybe disemboweled, depending upon the era where that this was done. You're telling me?
Yeah. I don't want to drown. That sounds awful.
I mean, if you got to go, I mean.
I think you're insane.
I would have surprised that you'd rather be shot.
Well, it's instantaneous rather than like God knows how long it would take you to die.
Well, maybe you're a good swimmer. Maybe you got good lungs.
Stench. Like just as the soil around you soaks up all this urine. Oh, it's horrible.
It says here, sometimes this was from 1933. A British soldier when he was stationed in British India. He was 18. If they, the enemies, captured any soldiers other than Muslims, and especially if the soldiers were Sikhs or British, they would usually castrate and behead them. Oh. Both these operations were frequently done by women.
Can you stop real quick?
Sure.
Q.
Yeah.
That's on the table too. You want to behead it, castrate it, or
piss in the face.
Have a somewhat hot village girl.
I would rather get beheaded than pissed.
Really?
Yeah. It's over in a second. I think piss to death takes a long time, bro. I don't think it's short.
Wow.
Women frequently did both those operations. Sometimes they would torture prisoners with the death of 1,000 cuts, pushing grass and thorns into each wound as it was made.
Oh.
Sometimes they would peg the prisoner out and with a stick force his jaws so wide open that he could not swallow. And then the women would urinate in his open mouth, taking turns until he drowned. Oh, boy.
Fuck?
These same people, if the man suspected his wife of the most minor infidelity, he would cut her nose off. They punished an adulterer by forcing a thick and knobbly thorn twig down his penis.
Oh,
God damn it. They rewarded infringements of lesser laws by tearing a man's tongue out by the roots.
Oh.
I mean, what the fuck? It's all so fucking awful.
This is what people get up to when left unchecked, huh? This is what the human race does.
I guess so.
Because every society has done fucked up shit like that. Every single society has done horrible fucked up shit like that until laws were made to stop them from doing it. So, I mean, the question is, this might be a little deep for Tell 'em Steve Dave, but, like, is that just fucking man's baser fucking, like, that's just it? That our default is to fucking do fucked up things to each other? That's
pissing each other's faces.
That's horrible.
But, I mean...
And that's why when people are like, they get down on the United States of America, it's just like, it's a fucking, look, and we had slavery, which is fucked up beyond fucked up, but it's just like, modern era, like, I mean, say what you will, we ain't pulling your fucking tongue out or pissing on you to death. And this shit's still going on. In India, like, this woman got raped and her husband fucking kills her. Because she's cheating.
That's considered cheating, yeah.
Holy fuck.
That's actually a lot of Middle East, right? There's not a lot of those countries.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's pretty wacky.
But hey, my job's good, guys.
Could you, if you're in the, you're in one of these armies, I guess you're a different person then, but do you have what it would take? They're like, Soldier Q.
Yeah.
Get over there. Fucking torture that motherfucker. We need some answers.
No, not me now.
No? You tell me
I'm sure circumstances being what they were, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, well, I guess I got to torture this motherfucker.
Otherwise, you're going to get tortured.
Yeah.
Hearing them scream and shit as you fucking pull their fucking fingernails out.
To what end? Like, to what end are you doing it? Just so you...
I guess a lot of times it's a punishment or it's trying to... For other people? Yeah, I guess. Or like in the cases of like witchcraft, so you can get their property, that kind of thing. Somebody wants your wheat field. So you get accused of being a witch. Next thing you know, you're fucking 6 months in a fucking stupid dungeon. Not fun.
No.
I read this, speaking of fucking horrible shit, this is one of those things that's so fucking hard to get your head around. This happened in Louisiana. I don't know if you read about this. the guy who cut his son's head off. It was
Wait, what?
yeah. It was a Louisiana father. He had a disabled 7-year-old son. I think the kid had cerebral palsy, and he needed round-the-clock care. And he had a tube, like he was fed by a tube. But evidently, for years, this guy has now. Well, you have kids. I know your wife rather well. If you were saying the kind of shit this guy was saying, I'm pretty sure she would keep the girls away from you. But for years, they said he insisted that his son wasn't real. He was a CPR dummy that was part of a social experiment. Oh, my God. And his insides were filled with plastic and foam.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. It's like a coping mechanism, I guess.
What do you mean?
I guess that's what he was like in his head. I guess to cope with it. Try to make it feel like it wasn't real.
Well, he was saying this for years before he...
Yeah, obviously.
What wasn't real?
That's like he was saying that stuff. I guess so. That's how he was able to live with the. Did he live in the house with them?
It's hard to tell because it's a boyfriend. It's like it was the mom's boyfriend. And if you're this mother, do you ever put this dude in charge of your fucking kid? But like what he did was he cut off all his limbs, his feet and his hands. He put them in garbage bags. He cut off the kid's head and put it out by the side of the road. So when the mother was coming down the street.
When was this?
August 14th, 2011.
I mean,
the boy's head was found in the driveway of the home.
How did this come on your radar now?
I guess he was just sentenced or something.
What's that like walking home and you're like,
found
what
not
the
guilty.
fuck is that in the driveway?
Oh man. I mean,
like, that can't be little Billy's head.
There's nothing there's nothing that has happened in my life so far that would help me process.
I mean, your whole world has got a tilt on its fucking axis. You don't even know what the hell.
Yeah, you're that person now. You're the person who people read about in the news that, oh, that poor lady.
I don't think that's the first concern.
No, but I mean, what I'm talking about is like something that you think would never happen to you. It's like that was never going to be something you'd have to kind of deal with. He told investigators he had recently seen signs that made him believe he was living with a CPR dummy rather than his son. Those signs, he said, included being defecated and urinated on the morning that he decapitated and dismembered the boy, whom he referred to throughout the statement as the dummy. Sounds good, girl.
Dude.
But why would you think a CPR dummy would shit and piss on you? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a good question.
Mentally deranged man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can.
It is so difficult to be found like criminally insane.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's really hard. So
this guy was or wasn't?
He was. Yeah. So I guess. I would have to say.
I don't know if this episode is the Q positive one that he was hoping for.
I'm not complaining.
People were listening like, oh, it's going to be upbeat and
talking about torture,
and your children being dismembered.
I thought about you the other day, Walt, when I read this article. Miranda Barbour, accused Craigslist killer, admits to slaying 22 people as part of a satanic cult. Pennsylvania woman, charged along with her newlywed husband in the murder of a man they met through Craigslist, admitted to the slaying. Said she had killed more than 20 other people across the country, and I guess she has been since she was 13. Like she's been part of a satanic cult.
Are there really satanic cults in this world?
You know, I didn't think so. I thought that like anytime you're talking satanic cult, you're talking a couple of like misguided teenagers killing a cat or something in a cemetery.
They paint the back of their denim jacket with a venom.
Yeah, or maybe like the pentagram, that sort of thing.
Upside down cross, and they paint their fingernails black, and they get beers and go down the beach.
Get some beers, some satanic beers.
Sounds kind of fun.
They usually don't go and do these things.
Yeah, this seems extreme. Because from what I understand about Satanists, they're not really about human sacrifice.
Oh, they're all about just like fucking sensuality and shit like that, right?
Yeah, we
There's a lot
talked
of
about Satanism that
sexiness
day.
in the satanic religion.
What a banging.
Didn't somebody shit in a pool or something? That was,
No, that was David Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was David Bowie. That was a rumor too. That wasn't that.
that was
that
alleged.
was speculation.
Okay.
Yeah, don't because.
I want to give the Satanists a bad name.
Because no, what happened was he had some sort of he was into Satanism for a while, and they drained the pool, and there was a shit stained in the image of a demon that really freaked him out, and he never dabbled in the occult again. His ex-wife said.
Who's shit in his pool? He doesn't know. Anton LaVey. Wow. Yeah, this girl's young too. I mean, you have to assume she's going to jail for life. What do? Q? You get into a situation where you're, I mean, you haven't killed anybody, but you get into a situation where, for whatever reason, you're going to prison for life.
Sure.
Do you go to prison for life? Do you try to escape? Try to off yourself?
Join a gang.
Oh, you could join a gang.
So you survive.
Is escape an option? Like, am I going to be able to pull it off, or is it just
Depends on how profile you are.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can escape,
Your
I'll escape.
BQ, if his face is everywhere, he's
Practical
recognizable in every corner of the world,
It's gonna
let
be
alone
rough,
the country.
Yeah.
Like
They'd
you
probably
killed
have to put
somebody
me in
during
my
a
own
prank
wing.
gone wrong.
If I
Took the
could
fall.
escape, I'd escape. But
You try to escape to another country.
yeah,
What country do you think you'd have the best chance of? I mean, it's a Practical Joker's global, right? You're selling
Yeah.
you're selling this franchise. I mean, it hasn't
it's everywhere.
hasn't
It's everywhere, Walt.
even the most tiny
I know.
pissant countries have picked up the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, some
like
some
he-
countries just put in
yeah.
cable just to get the show.
He runs off to Africa. There's fucking cooking zebra sticks in some hut. He
There's like
walks by.
some kid with a fucking monocle on watching the Practical Jokers.
Yeah, that'd be rough, man. You're like as recognizable as Santa Claus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it used to be Michael Jackson, Jesus Christ, and Santa. Now it's BQ. It has been added as the fourth most famous image.
I'd have to change my face, huh?
His mugshot has his bitch face expression. Look for a man with a fucking sour disposition.
No, not anymore. Chippity Joe.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Use your fucking claymation riches to get some some plastic surgery.
What would be the first thing you change to alter your appearance?
Well, they say that hair is the most easily recognizable.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Would you shave it or color it?
Both. I buzz it down in color.
Like when you got it orange that time.
Yeah.
Do that.
I would buzz it down low. And
Would you go just bald, or would that be too much of a giveaway?
I think having slight blonde stubble would actually work better than bald.
Okay, so what would you go then? Would you seek some professional alterations on the slide? Because you wouldn't be able to get it done from from a doctor on the up and up. You'd have to do this on the aftermarket, like in a hotel room.
If I
Maybe
take-
get your buttocks
Like
done.
the Joker in the fucking beginning.
you get some butt implants and maybe
I mean, I could probably just lose about 50 pounds.
Buy
and
some
nobody-
like transgendered
I don't
fuck up
think I
down
need
in
like
Miami
J-Lo,
Beach.
J-Lo fucking booty.
Injecting cement into his ass. Fucking tire sealing.
They're like, Q, why are you working so hard on your backside? Because people
Just hide me out,
it's the
mommy.
second most noticeable.
Next to hair. That's the next thing they look at is your trunk. He shaves his ass. Gives it a light blonde glow.
Yeah.
That'd be rough, though. I mean, if you go to Canada, you might blend in a little bit.
No way.
You go to no?
No way, man. The Canadians love Tell them Steve Dave and the Practical Jokers, right?
It's true, yeah.
And how would I do this? I'd have to Skype in on this, huh? So they didn't find me.
But it also depends on your crime, though, because I think a lot of the ants would never turn you in.
Like an underground railroad kind of thing?
Yeah, I think you'd have a lot of the ants helping you out.
I go from anthill to anthill.
Depending on your crime, though.
Right.
I mean, if you dismembered a child like we talked about earlier, yeah,
Maybe
I
not.
think pretty much You know, maybe just
The
Fitzman.
ants might turn their back on
Maybe
you.
just Fitzman's the only one.
Fucking get him would turn me in so fast.
Yeah, there's a reward too.
Yeah.
He might be gay.
You see that picture of Get Him in the background of behind Dean Cain?
Yeah,
Fucking just staring with that look on his face.
you gotta love Get Him.
You gotta love Get Him.
Yeah, well, Satan girl. I don't know. You ever worship Satan, Q?
You?
Nah. Did wear, it was a short stretch. I think I had actually, I remember Ed and I, we made necklaces at his house. He had like a grinder, and he was good at that kind of stuff. Ed Hapstack, who was
Making jewelry.
yeah, he was in Clark's. He played
Yeah, these
Sanford.
guys thought fucking jewelry was fucking metal.
It was pretty metal. Like we would
I was thinking
go
about
listen
this
to
the
him.
other day. You used to wear like 3-4 rings, and you had those earrings in.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
The earrings. I mean, I haven't worn them in years.
Yeah, but like, what was the
Long time.
change?
I don't know. Probably
Just
just
stuff
one
out
day.
of it.
Yeah. And especially at this age, like
Right.
the hair.
Look at this brooch. Look how metal I look.
It's my grandmother's brooch and shit.
It's got like turquoise, like a turquoise gem in the
You
middle.
got
of it.
anything frilly that'll go with this, Ed?
I'm like, it's ivory. It's illegal. It's fucking metal. I'm breaking the law. No, I remember Ed made a pentagram, and I made an upside down cross necklace, and then we you buy like a choke collar type thing.
Yeah.
And then hung it on that. I mean, I had no sooner made it. It might have only been a matter of hours. Like we left and we came back, and his mom, who was real religious, like swept his room, found the drawer, and threw it in the garbage. So I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I'll just stick with
Why
God."
was your jewelry still in his room?
Because we made it at his house,
Right.
so we just left it there. Like we went out to do something, I guess, and we came
You
back.
didn't want to wear your new jewelry.
I don't
out?
think it was done yet.
It's too,
I think that might
it's
have been
too
it.
dangerous. Like you know how it's gonna go down.
Well, I didn't want to overdo it because I had the brooch on. It was on the collar of my fucking cardigan sweater. I was wearing my grandma's sweater too.
Her shawl.
Oh, just because I'm metal doesn't mean I can't get a chill once in a while.
It's supposed to be going down to 30 tonight, Ed.
Metal is cold. It's so high.
I'm going to be out there kicking over tombstones and shit. This kind of weather, I'm going to need to bundle up.
Wow.
Yeah. Hulu Plus. You been watching it? Watching it, Walt?
Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu Plus.
It's hooked up onto every one of my devices.
HuluPlus.com.
I got it on my phone.
Oh yeah, you've been watching some TV on your phone.
Yeah.
There's like little fucking rabbit ears coming out of your phone and shit.
Check this sucker out. See what I'm talking about? Look at that.
Woo! Look at him.
Yeah. It's
Look at
awesome.
him. He's watching it. Well, Kevin's on right now. Like spoilers.
Spoilers, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's on Hulu?
Yeah, the next season just started. Yeah, Hulu Plus.
And that's the only place you can see it, right, in America?
Yep. Yeah.
So that right there is
That's a good reason to watch it, right?
That's incentive one.
Yeah.
The only place you can legally watch spoilers.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Legally.
Have we heard from Hulu about our original Tell 'em Steve Dave show?
I mean, unless they listen to the commercials and consider that an official pitch.
We haven't heard back?
I don't think so. No.
Wait, man, I'm telling you, man. we could really help that company.
I think so. I mean, these companies, they're just starting. Like Amazon just has their first original content programming. Right. Netflix has, they have a couple now.
Yeah.
It's a ground floor.
Hulu, yeah. So if Hulu Plus, I mean, there's no reason not to. It would be so inexpensive.
Are you saying they should cancel spoilers and put
No,
on the
not at all.
shows? What do you guys got?
More Smodco-oriented television shows.
Yeah. Then there's more reason to go there.
Right.
You got Kev as the reason now.
Come on, bro. We can bring back.
Bro.
We could bring back TSD. What was that shit we did where on the other Zune?
Overkill?
Overkill.
Yeah.
Bring back Overkill live, though.
It'd be amazing.
Like how we went ghost hunting that day. They would video all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Chris Lagondo running off into the fucking distance.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, Those goblins are I know he loves it, hates it when we do it.
Come on, Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu Plus. Come on, for Christ's sakes. I mean, seriously. HuluPlus.com/TESD, and you're going to get a 2-week free trial. Then it's only $7.99 a month, which I find worth it. I've been watching
30 days. Oh, 30 days a month. That's got to come out to what, like less
it's
than
like
$4
it's like
a day.
quarter a day or something. Quarter a day, something like that.
A quarter a day.
A quarter to watch TV all day long. That's fucking sweet.
You know, but there is free TV, though.
Yeah, I mean, not really. That's cable, so you still got to pay.
No.
What's free TV?
The networks.
Just over the air broadcast.
Just bunny ears.
You can't even get bunny ears. Don't you have to have like a digital converter?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, bunny ears. Analog is
I
gone.
think you're right.
Yeah, but you can still get a digital antenna and read. It'd be fine.
Right. Yeah, you could do
That's
that.
a lot of effort. How about
To
those
get
senior
3
citizens?
fucking channels.
I
What
agree.
about those seniors? How are they going to get up on their roof?
They're not. Well, they're not. They're fucked.
They got to go to Hulu.
They got to go to Hulu
How
Plus.
many seniors do you think over the age of 65 listeners do we have?
Oh my God, do we have any?
Hashtag seniors. I want to hear it. I want to see it.
Hashtag are you alive?
65 isn't even that old.
Right, but do you think we got any over 65? Any seniors? Officially, seniors is 65 or over, right?
I think we're probably the closest.
Right? Would that be officially a senior?
65? Yeah.
Do you think there's I bet you we do.
I hope we do.
I hope we
I
do,
mean, you know
too.
what? We have a tranny. They came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have all the
I
announcements.
wanted to I told her or him, I'm not sure, or I'm not,
I think
her,
they-
him, I'm
they-
not sure.
yeah,
To write a letter they wanted to write a letter to tell him
Hulu?
to tell him Steve Dave cares, and fucking Declan changed the password, and I couldn't get the letter. So if you're listening, I gotta fucking figure out what the password is, and then I'll answer your letter. Anyway, though, they got all kinds of good shit on that channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Hulu.
I like
bro.
it.
They
I
don't
watch
fuck
it.
around.
Life insurance. Do you guys have any?
I don't. I mean, look how worthless my fucking life is. What a waste of money it would be.
I don't know if I still do.
We should really try to book life insurance.
What are you planning?
No, just
Because that's
saying.
like, if you can sell life insurance, because that's the most annoying salesman ever. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if we could sell life insurance, we would be, you're beloved. You know, it's a no-brainer. People love you if they're just going to be like, yes, I want to
We've
listen to
conquered
you.
all the other forms of things we were pushing. Nature Box, Hulu.
Right.
I'm
was when we did
I'm
Audible?
convinced that if we wanted to sell child porn,
Oh. No.
no, you don't think the ants would fucking lap it up? Yeah, you're probably right. But anything that's worthy and legitimate.
You always got to remember, we've always got to have at least one of us behind it full.
That's true. Yeah.
And we know how much Hulu means, how dear it is to your life, and how much you use it on a daily basis. You would be
do.
lost without it.
Without Hulu Plus, I would be
would
dead
be.
by now.
No, I don't mean that, but your life would be a lot less enjoyable without it.
Right.
Absolutely. Too true.
All right.
HuluPlus.com/TESD. Go on now. I'll maybe tell you twice. This show is brought to you by Audible.
That sounds old school, right, Q? And you hear like we see old fashioned television
Edward
shows.
R. Murrows and shit over
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
I could have made it.
Without Audible, what you're listening to today would not have been able to happen.
Right.
Right. It's only because of Audible we exist. We're living in their world.
You know what? You may say that in jest, but I gave Sunday Jeff a check from Audible.
Really?
Recently, because I don't know if any of the listeners out there know it, but we have an Audible. What's it called? Audible book.
Book. An audiobook.
Audiobook.
Audiobook. We have an audiobook up on Audible right now called Tell 'em Steve Dave Fair Retell Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been out there for a while. We like, if you can use your Audible free credit, use it on that.
All you would have to do, Walt, is go to audiblepodcast.com/TESD. You're going to get a free audiobook, which could be the Fairy
It should
Retail
be that
Theater.
book.
Yeah, it really should be.
Lou listeners out there, if you're some of the old listeners, I'm sure already have it already. But to go back to Sunday Jeff, I gave him a check, and his response when he saw the check, this was earlier, not the check that you saw me give him, Brian. This was one of the first ones, and he goes verbatim. America is so damn good.
Really?
And he goes, America is so damn good.
Made him feel patriotic.
Where else in America he said, could I have sat down for 2 hours and made $200? He said.
Mm-hmm.
He was so impressed, and it was so heartfelt. It shamed me.
Really?
Because I don't feel that way when I got the Audible check.
And because he was due $400 and you took half without him knowing.
But he was so pleased, and he goes, and he said that, you know what?
Like he was genuinely like, this is fucking awesome.
He goes, this is unbelievable. He goes, in America, only in America, he goes, could I sit down at a poker table and read a story and I'm going to get a check for it, he goes.
Mm-hmm.
And
People are paying to hear Sunday Jeff tell stories.
We all should have that. We all should try to recapture that feeling. Well,
I never lost it.
You never lost that? You still like, say a little Pledge of Allegiance every time you get a check?
I do. I'm not even joking around, but I do. I do say it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, it's pretty fucking cool. Like, people like it enough to... Because this is what I have been thinking about like a lot lately is like, even with the... Kickstarter. People are like, "Hey man, when I get paid this week, I'm gonna donate."
Right.
And to me, I'm like, wow, that motherfucker is living paycheck to paycheck, and
he's gonna make an effort to try to find somewhere in his bottom line. Can he find enough room for a little bit of entertainment? And
it's honestly never lost on me, man. Like I read that and I'm just like, fuck, man. I'm like, it better be good.
I think that whenever, like when I was in LA the last time, I saw like poster after billboard after poster of like, come to see this play, come to see this movie, come to see this, and like, there's so much out there. There's so much shit out there that people can pay for.
Right.
To like take that money and choose to spend it on something we did.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's an honor.
It only makes sense.
It really is.
It really is an honor. But then Sunday Jeff, after he touched my heart, then he went on to like kind of go off the rails a little bit because he was like
more.
Then he goes, you should just quit everything and just do that. And I go, bro, I just gave you a check for $200.
Yeah, it's like, what country are you moving to?
What world do you live in? I said, do you think that I can live on $200 a month? I said, and that's just because the book was just put out. I go, next month it's not even going to be $200.
Yeah, you're going to go communist next month.
Yeah. So I mean, but his heart, as always, is firmly in the right place. It's never gone out of the wrong place.
It's always been there. Locked up tight. Sunday Jeff.
This is a commercial for Sunday Jeff, right?
Yeah. SundayJeff.com. Yeah.
Well, that's why the Audible book, like, we did it kind of cleverly, and maybe Audible wouldn't be so happy with it, but we were like, hey, man, you can get this for free. We made this. We put the time in. You can get this for free.
That was our whole, my soul burning desire was when I said this. I was like, we got to do this book on Audible because we're pitching Audible anyway. They have a code. Why wouldn't we just do a podcast and have these people get it for free with the code?
Right.
To me, like I really hope no one paid for it.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
I really hope no one paid Audible a dime for this.
Yeah.
What if you gotta? Go on. Make Sunday Jeff happy.
And it's worth it because we did pour everything.
It is worth it. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's pretty good.
People have said that that's one of the highlights of the Tell 'em Steve Dave catalog. Is Fairy Retail TV.
I forget about it. Like, I actually forget it. Like, if we're not doing an Audible commercial, I totally forget that we did it.
That it's part of the catalog. It's canon.
Yeah.
Right.
It's in continuity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must-have.
Yeah.
It's not a reboot. This shit must be heard. If you're a TSD ant, you must own it. I heard Audible had deemed Fairy Retail Theater a flop.
Really?
Yeah, because nobody bought it because they all got free downloads.
They're like, it's the RoboCop of audiobooks.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring it back around. But you know what? That's what I like about our commercials. They're like mini podcasts in their own. But
I've been listening to an Audible book recently. I got Stephen King.
oh yeah,
Wow,
Pennywise.
so good, man.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
How long does
good.
it take to listen to it?
It's crazy. It's like 40 hours
So
or something.
how many weeks does it take you to get through it?
It depends. Like sometimes I'll listen to it for I'll listen. I have a hard time falling asleep at night, so I'll listen to it at night until I fall asleep. So sometimes it's like an hour or so.
I tried
maybe
to
a
do
little
that.
bit
Then how
longer.
do you remember where you left off at then?
Because what I'll do is you can program it to stop. Like I'll say for it to stop in a half hour.
How do you know you'll be sleeping by then?
Well, if I do, I'll just go back to the last part I remember. So it's like if I did it for an hour, it would be harder to find. So I'll just do it in smaller.
Do you think
Increments
that?
of time.
Do you think that that's a selling point? Like that authors want to hear, like, "Hey, man, I fall asleep to your work."
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. People say they fall asleep to Tom, Steve, Dave all the time.
Probably this episode, the most boring ever.
Yeah, well, we tried. We tried to make it. Yeah,
People say they fall asleep to us. Who said that?
yeah.
I hear that a lot too. Yeah.
I see it on Twitter all the time.
That's not a compliment.
Well, no, like they
I think
put
they
it in
mean
there.
it as a compliment though. They put it on as they're lying in bed at night.
Yeah, and it lulls them to sleep. They like hearing
Oh,
the
gives them comfort.
yeah. They like hearing the soft, dulcet
Hashtag
tones
comfort,
of
huh?
Walt
why
Flanagan.
they don't
Yeah,
want
you're
people
hashtagging
complaining.
all over the joint today, aren't you?
Throwing them out like bonus pods.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So
anyway,
audible.com. Do you have a password?
audiblepodcast.com/TESD. Get a free audiobook, which is going to be Fairy Retailer Theater and Fairy Retail Theater and
Well,
a
how many
30-day
stars does Fairy Retail Theater have, Bri?
5.
Wow.
5-star
Mm-hmm.
audiobook. Maybe the highest rating you can get, right?
Yeah, you can't look. Let me tell you something.
Preach on.
You would be crazy to not get it. If you're a listener and you haven't joined Audible, all you got to do is you join up. You get the free book. I like it, so I stay with the service. But if you don't like it, you just quit. That's it.
But you got to quit.
And you got something for free. Yeah, remember to quit. We don't want to fucking hear you complaining that they charge your card or whatever the fuck. It's not our fault. So yeah,
And
that's
Sunday
it.
Jeff is he. I don't know if you get Emmys for podcasting, but boy, his acting in the Fairy Retail Theater is pretty
It's
top
top
notch.
notch. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
He went nuts. Which really was surprising that he fell so. He kind of like took a backward step on the Christmas one. Maybe because he was drunk before we did it.
That could be drunk and angry. Yeah,
Because he was on top of his game on Fairy Retail Theater.
yeah. He needs to be sober. He's not the kind of guy who like a lot of rock stars and shit. They can be coked out or whatever
Right. Not Sunday
and still
Jeff.
perform. Yeah, he needs to be fucking straight and narrow. Sunday Jeff.
Well, I got those boring topics if you guys wanted to tackle them.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to make
That's
a super
right, that's
boring
right.
show. Yeah.
I thought you guys. I mean, I love how you guys put a spin on everything, and I thought this would be the perfect FU
Okay.
to the powers that be that thought that we didn't deserve an award if we took the most boring topics deemed by the internet
Man, exciting.
and or made them interesting. Let's not
Okay.
go for exciting.
All
I
right.
don't even know if we're capable of that tonight.
Wow. Not with that attitude.
But number one, weather.
Weather, huh?
That's what I want to. Now, Brian, I know for a fact I probably haven't, but I would like to know if Q, have you ever opened up a conversation with what most people go to their
Yeah.
must go is like, oh man, what about this weather we've been having, huh?
I had.
Open the conversation with
Well,
it?
not open it, but have you gone to it?
I have. I remember specifically. I was.
This is disappointing. I would have thought with a dude or with a girl. Have you ever done
with a girl.
with a girl?
Well, it was an ex of mine that I hadn't seen in a while, and when I saw her, yeah,
She probably was like, "Thank God, I
No,
let this
no.
one go."
and we
Talking
were.
about the weather.
I got a fucking meteorologist over here.
I was in front of a green screen, and I was just, cold friends coming in.
Sam Champion Jr.
No, and I hadn't seen her in a while, and it was like
How long was a while?
about a year after
This was a
tough
relationship that you would consider a serious one?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Oh, this was the former fiance?
No.
Oh, no.
This was the crazy one.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
And it was just like, it was just freezing, and that was it. It was just like, holy shit, it's cold. I was so surprised to see her that I had.
Can you at least admit to me maybe you were just caught off guard?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. It wasn't your go-to.
No. I mean, I wouldn't rule that out. But I was just like, I turned around in the CVS, and there she was, and I was like, oh, hey. And she was like, hey. She was
It wasn't a good breakup.
Yeah, and I was like,
It wasn't good?
And I was basically like, so it's fucking cold out, huh?
But she's like,
That's weird that it was immediate.
It was the first thing I said. And she knows I hate the cold, so she was like, yeah, you must be happy. And then I think at that point I started complaining about it, shoveling my car out of the fucking snow and stuff like that. So.
He's like, still at the bitch. Nothing's changed.
I'm like, I bought a new car, but I gotta shovel it out. So, yeah.
so you have used it. I would have bet a lot that you thought too much of yourself.
No.
And no, not in a bad way, because
No, not even in a good way. I don't.
that you're definitely a very personable, very
Thank you.
very you're a conversationalist. You
Charismatic, got a good
like I told
personality.
you, you walk into a room, and I'm not bullshitting you. The room temperature changes,
Wow.
and so
Nobody's thinking about the weather.
that's why I was a little stunned. I know you haven't. I know you have way too much more on your mind than to go to weather, right?
Generally, yeah. You know who wants to constantly talk about the weather? That was my mother. Like, I swear to God, whenever I talk to her, it's immediately about the snow. And like 10-day fucking forecasts. Not even like, wow, it's cold today. It's like, but it's
how
supposed
cold it's going to get.
or generally it's but by the end of the week I heard, now this could be like Sunday. Like, by the end of the week though, I heard it's supposed to go up to like 53. And I'm like, all right. I don't want for fear of sounding sexist. Is it a female or male dominated topic? My wife Weather?
is consumed with the weather.
Really?
She really is. She go on her iPad, she's always looking at the weather, and I'm like, I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Exactly, right? That's what I say to my mother. I don't think about it that much. I was like, I look out the window, and that's what it is. Like, unless you're planning on doing something.
I'm not saying it's again, at risk of sounding sexist, but I'm not saying it's either sex's go-to, but which sex do you think is more interested in the weather?
I never really thought about it before. I guess we could talk it out.
No, I don't even want to talk it out, but I mean, most people I come into contact with, females like Nona, who used to work at the office.
Well, women are always cold.
Always
right?
about the weather too.
Yeah.
Well, because in the cold, they're thinner, they're slighter than us, so they're colder in the cold. And then they love that beach in the summer. They're talking about that. So yeah, I guess you're right.
No, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong.
No,
I don't
right.
know which one it is.
No, you know what you said. You're right.
Girls love weather.
What's that?
Girls love weather.
No, you know what you said. Women shouldn't vote. I hear what you're saying, bro. I got it.
Like, to me, I'll talk about weather if it's like extreme weather. If you're talking about like a tornado that fucking
Like, all right,
ripped up
we're
a town.
Sandy.
Right.
Right.
But at a certain point,
Yeah.
I don't
how
want
much
to talk
work
about
can you
Sandy
say?
no more.
Yeah. How much
right?
work can you say?
Enough was enough. No one wanted to talk about it because it was like there was nothing left to say. It was horrible. It was devastating. People rebuilt. Some people still haven't. But
And initially, like, you see the pictures and like, holy shit. Like, I don't think there's any pictures now that I would see that would make me think more holy shit than like a fucking entire roller coaster being in the ocean, you know?
Right.
Yeah, there's just like really not that much more to say.
Is there any more to say about weather? Or should I go on to the next one? Anything else you guys want to? Anything weather related? Anything we can end with a bang? Have you guys ever heard thunder in a snowstorm? I've heard that's a very rare thing.
I don't think I've ever.
I don't think I've ever heard it either.
No,
People tell me they've heard thunder claps during snowstorms. Maybe one day.
That's some spooky shit right there.
Maybe one day I'll get to hear that. I hope to hear that one day.
This is when I wish we had a girl on Tell 'em Steve Dave. She would know.
All right. I wouldn't know what. So we've exhausted weather?
Think so, yeah.
Okay. Did we make it exciting or interesting? Or funny?
I don't know. That's for the people to decide.
To the ants to say.
All right. Weigh in, ants. I would like to hear what your thoughts if we achieved.
Hashtag weather Walt.
Probably the girl.
No. Hashtag boring, and just tell us on all the topics we bring up. Hashtag boring, and tell us if we achieved or didn't achieve. Okay. Number 2.
All right.
Pets. People talking about their pets.
People talk about their pets.
Nobody wants to hear it.
I love talking
cute.
about my pets.
You always want to talk about them?
I can't get enough talking to my pets.
Really? You never talk to me about your pets.
Oh, I love them.
I forget you have cats because you talk about, unless it's you take them to the vet or you rescue them from the middle of the Brooklyn Expressway.
Right. No,
And how many up to Q?
3 cats.
3.
And they're a huge part of my life.
And are they all one sex or are they mixed?
2 boys, 1 girl.
Did you have them fixed? So there's no.
Yeah, they're all fixed. No hanky panky shit.
They're not into that.
Nah.
They're not dropping loads all over your house.
No. I've been very lucky with these cats. There's been no behavioral issues.
Good.
Yeah. They're all very good animals.
We're struggling here. No, nothing better than that. Come on, we're going off the tracks.
It's not really pet related. I mean, it's kind of pet related, but I got a letter from the condo association a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Laundry room dealings. Or?
No, nothing to do with the laundry room. They said that I was going to be fined because one, I had a Christmas tree on my deck,
right?
Which I didn't. I never did. But 2, they said that I had a dog, that I was harboring a dog,
oh, really?
Pets are not allowed, and I was going to be fined like $50 a day and all this other bullshit.
Do they have evidence? Do they have to?
Did you have to prove that you didn't do these things?
I think I know who it is because there's these neighbors. They're 2 units over,
right?
And they've been in the building for 20 years. So they're the type of people that think it's their own house,
right?
And everyone else is just sort of a guest that they're tolerating. So they fucking complain about everything.
Okay. Oh, so you have an enemy. How surprising.
Oh yeah. This is
really?
Yeah. Well, it was.
What'd you do that pissed them off?
No, they were this way with everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not just me.
It's because if you go back, you had the neighbor with the tongue issue that hated you. Now you have a neighbor where you're living at now who hates you.
I don't know if they hate me, but
they're trying to get you out.
Well, yeah. Well, they're trying at least to get me fined. They at least want to see punitive damages assessed.
They're making up that you have a dog.
They're literally making up I have a dog. I was like, where did this come from? And I looked at the letter. The letter had a number on it, and I called up and I said I had to leave a message because nobody was there, and I said, I don't know why somebody's saying these things. I said, I have a feeling it's my neighbor who is an asshole, and I have no idea why they're saying this, but if anytime you want to drop by, I said, come on by, and you'll see that I don't have a dog. Nobody ever did come.
Nobody ever did come, so you don't have to pay the fine?
I don't have to pay the fine. They never did follow up.
How?
But you know what else they said? They also complained, and I know for a fact it was this neighbor, because they said something to Suzanne that they're like, you're not allowed to have a sheet in your window, instead of curtains.
Really?
That's what they said.
Do you guys have a sheet in your window?
No.
I thought maybe you were showing off to the neighbors. They used to hang a sheet out.
Yeah, it's all bloody.
Every night, a new blood stain.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Does that guy do anything else? I don't ever see him leave the house.
It's brown. Yeah, they said something to Suzanne about not like you're not allowed to hang a sheet in the window, and she was like, "All right." She didn't even
question it.
Didn't even question it. She tells me, and of course I'm immediately enraged. I'm like, "Tell them to shut the fuck up." And that was another
Do
thing.
your curtains look like sheets?
No, I really don't understand it. But like for that one, I took pictures and I sent him. I was like, "This is what's in the window right now."
This is
like,
what he's doing. He's composing his defense.
yeah, I'm mounting defenses.
You're not allowed to have a burning trash barrel in your apartment.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't see anything on the agreement about that.
How far would you go to fight if they did say like you got to give us a $50 fine for the dog?
Never. I would leave before. I would burn down the fucking entire complex with everyone in it. There's no fucking way. I would be like, there's no dog here. Like, what are you talking about?
Show us the dog.
Yeah, and meanwhile, other people do have dogs. So I don't know if, like, maybe they were grandfathered in or something, you know?
Shit.
Like, the lady above me has a dog. The guy next to me has a dog.
Yeah.
Who's always encouraging Sage to pet it. But Sage is afraid of dogs. And the guy's like, oh, she won't bother you. She's nice. Meanwhile, literally, you hear the dog's like... like under his breath like that, and I was
It's
like,
not comforting.
No, I was like, don't go near the dog.
Q.
Yo.
In the world of pets.
Yeah.
If I said to you, I got a new pet and it was a fish, would you consider that a pet?
Yeah, I'd consider that a pet.
Isn't that lazy? How is that really a pet? How much
Fish
interaction
tanks
can
are
you have
lot
with a
of-
fish?
Well, it's low on interaction, but there's a lot of work put into those.
It's a lot of work, but
Yeah.
when you say like, "Oh man, what a relationship I have with my pet,"
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it's your fucking fish.
I have a fish, and I never talk about it.
Or like,
You have a fish?
I have a fish. Yeah.
oh my god,
You've never once spoke about it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Fucking
This is a
fish.
revelation on Tell 'em Steve Day.
You're
What kind of
ashamed.
fish is it?
He's ashamed.
It's one of those fighting fish, one of those Siamese fighting fish. What
Oh,
happened
they
was we
like
used
have very
yeah, willowy fins.
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah, we used them as a prop on Impractical Jokers, and when the shoot was over, I was like, "Well, what the fuck are you doing with this
just
fish?"
flush him down the toilet.
And they were like, "No, we'll just put him in a bowl. We'll give it to someone's daughter." And I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So I took the fish home. Ended up spending $100 for a fucking tank and a filter and all the shit for this fish.
But I thought they liked those. I thought those they liked those little
no, they don't. That's
environments.
fucking bullshit.
Really?
That's a complete scam sold by fucking the pet stores to
Oh.
make people buy those things.
Wow.
How long is the natural life of a fighting fish?
I don't know. You want
Is
to
it like a
turtle?
turtle? Like where you
No, I think it's like 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah.
So
His turtle outlives him. That'd be fucked up, right?
I have to will it away.
So you have a fish.
I have
man.
a
This
fish.
is
Wow.
interesting.
I know. We
Hashtag boring.
boring.
Wins boring fish.
And do you show it off to friends and everybody knows?
No, not
it's
really.
not
It's in my office. It's in a nice tank.
And how much time a week do you devote to the care of this fish?
I mean, I feed it once a day.
35 hours. Does he have a name?
Guy.
Yeah.
Named after one of the crew members on IJ. Yeah.
And how often do you actually say the word "guy" out loud?
I
Like,
probably.
do you wake up and go, "Hey, guy, what's up, guy"?
Nah, not really. But I am like, I gotta.
He's
feed
not
Guy.
talking to the fish, though.
Wake up!
Oh, Guy,
Wake up!
I gotta
Come on,
go
guy.
feed my fish.
Oh, thank God you're alive, guy.
Out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Beat it, Guy.
I already paid you.
I pay you to leave.
So it's like I thought. It's not.
No,
really...
if I'm just like if somebody's watching the cats for me while I'm away, I'm just like, hey, don't forget to feed Guy.
Right.
So that.
All right. Pets down.
Boom.
Boom. Interesting.
There is
Yeah, people
there is a
love
pet
pet talk.
story
What's it?
about my kitten that I'm pretty proud of.
But
Her.
you have a. What'd you say? You have a what?
It's boring.
You have a story?
Yeah, I have a boring cat story. If you want to hear it for hashtag boring.
Well, it's not really supposed to be boring.
But I don't think it's
Spice
boring.
it up.
I think it's exciting.
Okay.
We're trying to win
All right.
awards here.
So she's she's about 9 months old now, right?
All right.
She's developing into a nice little cat, very friendly, follows you around like a dog, always wants to be on your lap, like very playful, friendly cat. Somebody gave me sometimes people send to the office cat toys for me for these cats, and it was a bird, a realistic looking robin on a stick with a string that you can make fly around, and
Didn't we see a commercial for something like that? Or no, it was a parrot, right?
A fake parrot.
That fake parrot. Yeah.
yeah, it's I didn't see the commercial, but it's something like that, and it is a complete personality change when I pull that thing out. Her eyes go from like those little slits that makes it
manic.
It's fucking insane. She starts growling.
I need to destroy this creature.
Cat starts growling. It just sits there. It's like, "Arr, arr." And if I wherever, and she will jump 6 feet in the air to get it. It's fucking insane. Like, I'll hold it up high, and she'll just get it. And then if she gets it, she won't let me anywhere near it. She just pulls it in the corner, hunkers down with it in her mouth for hours.
Animal instincts coming through.
Big hunter and just stares at me and goes, "Arr."
Talking about look at the emotion on it. It's like
I love this cat.
Like a proud papa.
She's my little hunter. I say, like, if the world ends and the cat's the only thing left, and, like, my 3 cats wander off into the world, like, the other 2 are going to be fucking dead, but she'll be, like, the cat queen of the world. So there you go. There's a little cat story for you.
Oh, look at you.
It's a complete personality change. It's impressive to see.
Q's cat chases birds.
Yep.
Extra.
boring.
Read all about it.
Never would have guessed.
Hashtag
And what's the kitten's name? The 9-month-old? Brooklyn.
Brooklyn cat. Yeah.
Brooklyn cat.
Perfect Polly. That's the name of that parakeet thing.
And Guy. You have to keep the cats away from Guy?
Yeah,
they
kill
do
him?
try and get him sometimes.
They do try and get. Oh, boy, it must be stressful for Guy.
Yeah, well, that's why I keep my office closed. But,
Yeah, my nephew, his girlfriend gave him one of those same kind of fish, but he kept it in the smaller, like a smaller bowl, and they had 3 kittens that grew up. They got a little bit bigger within a couple months. Sure enough, he comes home one day, the bowl's on the floor, fish is gone. His girlfriend all fucking pissed off at him.
And fish can set you back a fortune, man, right?
Yeah.
And
You got like a saltwater tank. It's fucking crazy how expensive
it's
it is.
insane. I don't know how anybody could do it, but I mean, it looks cute, but not cute, but it looks impressive.
right.
Like if you have a really nice setup.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, when Guy the Fish passes on, I'm just going to get like 3 goldfish and throw them in there, and that'll be that.
Oh, your tank is so massive that it's not one you can just chuck. It's built into your office or something.
It's 10-gallon tank, that's all.
But you like having fish so much that when Guy
paid all that money for the
goes
setup.
to the great big fish
Yeah.
bowl in the sky,
I'll get
you'll get other fish.
I'll get some.
Now, if you put some goldfish in there, what would you do to them?
He'll eat them. He'll eat their fins bit by bit.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you feed them?
Little pellets.
Oh yeah, you don't just buy dead fish and get.
No,
in there?
he's not that type. He's not that type of fish. They're just super aggressive.
Oh, okay.
What will you do? Will you bury him or flush him when he dies?
They'll probably flush them.
Yeah,
Really?
not that close to
212 came. 212 came.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Guy needs to make more inroads. I think he deserves better than a fucking toilet
Like
burial.
getting
Doesn't he?
flushed down with shit and piss, and like that's so gross. Yeah, like here's what I thought.
You wouldn't do that to Brooklyn.
No.
Like jamming, like stomping on him, like jamming him down the toilet bowl.
With a plunger.
It's like, oh shit!
Right? I mean, you're gonna have a more respectful way when it's Brooklyn's time. So why not Guy too, bro?
Well, because Guy's from water. Just send him back to water.
Right, but not through a fucking sewer tank.
Yeah, you could like.
Can you dump him over a bridge on your way to work or something?
Yeah, I guess I could just roll down the window and toss him off the Verrazano.
Would that be a cooler way to go?
A seagull would probably eat him by the time he eats.
Yeah, like it hasn't even hit the ground before seagull swoops in.
Hey, at least you tried, though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's akin to like if you took one of your cats and just like threw him in a garbage can, like after he was dead.
I'm sure people have done it.
Oh, I'm sure a lot
You
of
won't
people
do
have done
that.
it.
I won't do that. No, I'll get him.
Can you say right now a guy is going to go off a bridge?
If he steps up his game, I'll throw him off a bridge.
Yeah, he should. Well, I mean, it's limited what Guy can do. I mean,
But he's not even trying.
he doesn't have many opportunities to prove himself.
He's not even trying.
Maybe more. I mean, he has to make some sort of a bigger connection for Q.
All right, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what. When Guy the Fish dies, I'll bury him in my yard. I'll give him a burial.
All right.
That's what I used to do
That's
with my
sweet.
fish as a kid.
That's sweet.
So I'll bury him in the back.
All right. Pets down.
Boom.
Damn.
Surprise entry on the list.
Is there a chance they may take the award away from Rogan and give it back to us?
like a recount.
Yeah.
It's never been done in the history of awards. But that podcast where we gave you, Joe?
We're going to need it
We're
back.
going to have to ship it off to Jersey. These guys just went through the most boring topics and scintillating.
And killed it.
People will not stop talking about Guy, the fish, and weather.
But there's a surprise entry on the most boring list. And this name kept popping up over and over and over.
A name.
A name.
Is it
You
Ming?
called it, Q.
Is it
People
Ming?
kept putting Ming Chen, Ming Chen, Ming Chen, Ming Chen,
Wow.
Ming Chen, fucking Ming Chen.
No, is it Ming
Chen,
himself or
Ming
what
Chen,
Ming
the
talks
asshole.
about?
Right?
That was Debbie Chen who wrote that.
And I say to you, Q,
Yes.
how could a man who's on a TV show,
Okay.
how can a man who's on a podcast that was nominated for an award, how can a man who's on a weekly morning show
Right.
2 times now, he's just added a second day, and another podcast, the Secret Stash podcast, so he podcasts 4 weekly podcasts a week.
I think you're answering your own question.
I say though, I will say this though, I
Okay.
fear they may be getting close to a saturation point. Not yet. It's not there yet, Ming. Don't worry about it. There's room for a couple more pods a week.
Right. Yeah.
But I'd call it quits at 6. I'd call it quits at 6 a week if I was him, just to make sure he doesn't dangerously get into that saturation point.
So he has 4 right now. I Sell Comics,
He's got I Sell Comics,
2 morning
2
shows,
morning shows,
and
the Secret Stash pod.
Secret Stash.
That only runs while Comic Book Man is airing.
Sure.
But still content he's got to put out.
So,
What is the difference between I Sell Comics and this morning show with Mike? Is it
I think they talk about other things other than comics. I think the world is open to them on this morning.
and
really?
they do two of those a week every week?
Ming does, not Mike.
Not Mike. Okay. So sometimes it's Ming and that girl that everybody loves.
Well,
Yes.
according to him.
Right.
But Brian, I know your answer, so I'll go to you last.
Okay.
Your thoughts on the can Ming really be lumped in with weather and pets?
I don't think so. I think
Is he boring?
I don't think he's
You?
boring. I think he's fascinating.
Is this you just trying to be positive?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't know if
What's
he's. I don't know
fascinating?
if he's fascinating as in I'll sit down and listen to it every day.
Is that the key right there, though? You're telling me he's offering up 8 hours a week of pod, and you don't listen to 1 minute of it?
right.
How fascinating is that person?
I
then?
think it's fascinating. I think he's a fascinating guy. I think his motivations are interesting. His, what he's looking for out of life, his pursuit of it is interesting to watch. His arc as a human, from computer guy to TV star to podcasting legend. I think that's
legend.
Legend.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I will say this right now. I will give you on the term podcasting legend.
Yeah.
I think there's only 3 names on that list.
Okay.
The Ricky Gervais
Gervais,
show, which
okay.
was the trendsetter, right? Was the one that started it all.
Sure.
Smodcast with Kevin Smoge.
Sure.
Smoosh.
Smoge, I mean. And I guess you got to go with Joe Rogan because he wanted to keep us out. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be it. Those are legends. How the fuck does he get dubbed a legend by you?
Make room. Make room.
What does that mean, make room?
Make room for a new legend, bro.
What are
Legends
the
rise from the
credentials to
mist.
become a legend?
8 hours of podcasting a week.
Bri, please rebut this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Hard. Well, I fucking have a stroke.
I'd be interesting to see how many people on the planet. There's a daily podcast, Corolla's, right?
Oh, I forgot about Corolla's.
His is a daily.
He's up there too, bro.
But
He's got to
aside
go.
from
He's
him-
got to go up there with like Rogan and
Right.
Rogan and Corolla. I think, and I'm not saying 1 or 2. I'm just saying in turn, like when I said the
Sure.
list of legends. I'm just saying who, like the ones who started. Like he was before Smod, right? Ricky
Who's
Gervais.
that? Gervais.
I don't know.
Gervais was, yeah.
So I think that he put it on the map. So you got to give it to him.
Uh-huh.
He put podcasting.
Yeah, but what about passion and drive and sheer hours of content?
I mean,
That doesn't-
he's an oddity. He's not a legend.
I'm gonna give him legend.
Oh my God!
I mean,
Legend. Legend should really be like they're like in the realm of things that are dubbed legends. You got like Babe Ruth.
Sure. Why is he legendary though? Let's examine that.
His feats,
Which were what?
which were being the best home run hitter, the best baseball player, the most famous ball player of his era,
Yeah,
and maybe
but
other people's
But I would
eras.
wager that you couldn't name anything specific. Like everything you're saying is very general.
The Big Bambino.
Sure, right, but it's still very general.
He pointed out to right field, hit that home run for a little cancer kid.
Sure, we don't even know if that's true. Like if they,
Saw a movie about it.
There's
Right,
also
okay.
like an
Has there been a movie made about Ming Chen's
Not yet,
podcasting
not yet,
prowess?
not yet. But,
I'd love to see that movie.
We've had fucking almost 100 years to build that legend. Ming just starting.
no. He was also like an alcoholic and
Yeah, he
abusive
abused
and
his
stuff.
wife and shit like that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
All right, Michael Jordan's a legend, right?
He's still more like
More a contemporary legend.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, built his legend on what?
Just
Feats.
feats. You're right. You don't think Ming is
Where are the
accomplishing these
feats?
feats?
Where are the feats and this guy's resume?
Yeah,
Ryan?
all he's doing is like he's doing what anyone can do, which is just like it's about sheer volume. Like it's not about anything
He's on
like
a TV show.
like wow we're talking about strictly podcasting.
Okay.
It's not like wow he covered this. He went down to fucking Katrina and covered this during his podcast, or he was at a hostage standoff and podcasted live. It's like you're only saying that because like you can't get away from the guy. He's just always there. Not legendary though, and if it is legendary, it's with like a negative connotation because everyone's like he sucks balls.
Well, that may be. That's up to personal interpretation, I guess.
Do you think? But again, I harken back to last week though, and I do feel bad if this is what's happening though. Do you think without this kind of commentary
Right.
on Ming, do you think you think his podcasting would be met with a different view?
Would it be met with any view? I guess is the
Yeah.
question. Like,
Yeah.
what do
No,
you mean?
I disagree with that. I think it would be. I think that he would take a lot less ribbing online from the ants.
If he was not connected to View Askew and Tennessee, Dave?
No. I'm saying. I think that the listeners take their cues from us.
Like if we were very supportive and talking about how great he was.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to
like
People-
was
That's what I'm
doing
trying
right
to do right now. I'm getting laughed at.
Yeah.
You guys at home can't
you
see it,
know why?
but everybody's rolling their eyes at me. And fucking,
I think it's the choice of words, though. I think legendary was the thing that really
I don't know. I'm
fucking set it
gonna
off.
stick by it, man.
Legendary. Lucille Ball, legendary
Right.
TV icon.
Rod Serling, legendary.
Legendary.
Ming Chen, legendary.
Simpsons,
Legendary.
legendary. Ming Chen.
George
Yeah, but-
Burns.
All right, but let's say for a second that there's negative.
And I'm not saying
legendary.
that's not in a bad way. I'm not even coming down on Ming. I'm coming down on your
No, I know.
views of how
You're the fool.
outlandish.
But let's say that there's a negative connotation to it. Like,
Okay.
would you agree then that he's got a kind of a legend building around him?
No, not what for? Because he's certainly. There's not a chance on earth. And now I'm not saying this with pure sincerity.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
No, he's in love. Like
Yeah.
he's fine what he does. We take shots at him out of love
Sure.
and joy and
And he knows that.
and humor.
He does know that.
So I mean, there must be 5 billion podcasts that are way worse than what he does.
Yeah. I've heard. I mean, I don't
Is
know.
that bad? No, I'm just saying. No, but I think that. But I do think though that like listeners and ants take their cues and go after him a
Yeah,
lot
of course.
harsher than they normally would, if not for Brian's.
Me. Like I'm all the
I'm not
mood.
coming down on him. All I'm saying, hey man, his name came up on the list, and
Right.
Q somehow, some way, thought that it was legendary.
There are times. I don't know where. Well, I don't know how that happened.
I think you guys. I think I'm seeing something you guys don't see yet. But give it a little time.
What do
You'll
you
see it.
say?
I see a man with passion.
I know what you can't say. You hear it because you don't listen to any of them.
Right, but that's all right. I'm
But you
talking
see
about
something.
the overview.
Yeah.
Because like,
He
look,
noticed something.
like you can't argue that his podcasting career is constantly growing and going up.
Can't argue that, man.
So I feel that we are just
in what way though?
now he's
Just in
doing cons.
volume.
No, now
Not
he's doing
volume, but
cons. Now
but-
he's traveling around the world.
Yeah, and
he
his-
presented at the podcast award. Like it's
Yeah,
going up.
His star is definitely
It's an upward
rising.
trajectory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's no, you can't dispute that.
I mean, he made the fucking plane to San Francisco, so right away there's a good step in the right direction. I'm telling
And
you,
then he lost.
you guys ain't. You're just
Yeah,
not.
I know. At least I wasn't there.
You're just not seeing what I see, which is the. I think in 10 years' time.
10 years. What do you see in 10? This is what I want to hear. If he's to be the legend that you described, like there will be, like you're describing it almost as if, like,
I think
out of the podcasting wilderness,
Ming will have his own. That's right. He'll have his own
sweeping shots of vistas, like Ming on top of him.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this morning's show.
Broadcasting live from the secret stash.
Me, Ming and Spike on this morning's show.
I don't know if he's going to take Mike with him.
Whoa!
I don't know if he's going to take Mike with him.
Wow.
What does that mean?
I think that you know, to achieve the legendary status that Ming is going to do.
It's got to be a solo act?
No, I don't think that, but I think you have to be willing to leave certain things behind, like family or
Dead weight.
friends, and I don't think that Chief has it in him to totally abandon his family.
He doesn't have the love for it that Ming does.
Right. He's great at it. He's great at
He's
it.
a legend.
But I think that at a certain point it's going to come, and Chief's going to be like, you know what? What's more important to me? My family.
Why? Why does your
friends.
family have to be sacrificed to achieve this quote unquote legendary status?
Because legends don't, you don't.
He's going to have to start living a different lifestyle.
They just don't come easy. This doesn't come without sacrifice. So Ming traveling the
world. What do you think is Ming a sacrifice at this point?
Ming?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, on this road to legendary status, what is he? So, what is his sacrifice so far?
Well, we commented many times about time with his family, right?
Oh, okay, all right.
There you go, like right there.
But it's not like he's broadcasting at night.
No, but he is traveling a lot of places, and that's just a start. And
sacrifice to his dignity for sure.
What's he gonna do when suddenly Ming has his own network, or Ming has his own podcasting theater, or his own TV?
Does he
show
dream of that? Does he dream of his own network where he breaks away from Smodcast?
He'll get it. He'll get it all. The world is his.
That's not happening.
So, Bri, your rebuttal is onto the legendary status before we close the book on boring topic 3.
I think Q has a fucking fever of 109 if he thinks Ming's a legend. Gotta get this guy to the hospital.
All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
You were wrong about the Vegas trip, which, by the way, you owe me. And VHS tapes.
VHS still not. We can't buy VHS.
What about how about hashtag boring? Just legend or not?
Right.
Okay, let's hear what they have to say. I think we all
I don't even
know.
think we need to double check that.
I don't think I'll have to do much counting.
Somebody's got to stick up for me.
I'm not saying, I'm not even coming down on him.
No, I know, but I just feel he's legendary.
All right. There it is. All right, last one. Or maybe not. I don't know, depending on how we go. But kids. Kids. I know, Q, you've got to be definitely someone who finds the talk of other kids.
He does not want to hear it.
He does not want to hear it, right?
I don't care about it.
Unless it's like a hot chick telling him like how she made her kids. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Listen to that?
Maybe.
It's pretty
The conception you'll deal with?
I'll listen to that story. I just like, I have a rule about pictures. Like, I'll look at 2 pictures. And then after that, I just feel like you're wasting my time.
2 pictures of what? Children?
Someone's kids. Like, oh, look at this. Look at my kid. And then they now.
How often does that happen?
Come back.
It happens. A lot of people my age, like, that I see, that
friends that you may
Sure.
be keeping up with.
Exactly.
They
Or even friends that I haven't seen in a while, right?
Right.
They're like, oh, look at this. And then they pull out their phone, and then they do one swipe.
Right.
And I see a picture of a kid sleeping.
Right.
I see another swipe.
And
a
then you
picture
say,
of a
that's
kid.
it. No more.
After that, I feel like you're being rude. Like,
Really?
Like I don't give a shit. Like, your kid looks like every other fucking kid on the planet.
It's the virtual wallet, right? Just busting it
I
out,
don't
and it's
care.
like
I
how
don't
you
care.
flip open that
Yeah.
that clear like stuff you slide the pictures.
Yeah.
into,
Why do you
that
even
clear-
think I want to look at pictures
that
of your
wallet?
kids?
I mean, if you're
People are proud. It's an achievement, and it's their pride and joy.
Is it an achievement?
What, raising a child to become a good person? It's
Well,
an
I'm not-
achievement. It's far more of a fucking achievement than the conception.
Well,
Any
listen,
fucking idiot
but
can
there's no
fucking
evidence
stick
that
their
they're
dick
raising
in
the
somebody
children,
and have to
right?
get them pregnant.
Yeah, we've
but it
seen
takes
that.
a fucking...
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about evidence that they're raising the kids right. All I'm talking about is the pictures they're showing me. An asshole could show me pictures of their kids. I don't want to see it.
And they have.
And listen, and it's not just like, it's not even like just fucking people I met on the street. Like, my nieces and nephews, like, all right, I got it. 2 pictures. I got it.
You must be a fucking bundle of joy at
No.
Christmas time,
At
man.
those family
Right? At the
parties,
family.
yeah.
Ah, get out of here. I go in there with gifts. I'm like Father Christmas. I'm like fucking...
Father Blood.
Oh, who are you again? Oh, what? Niece.
I already heard the story about how you popped out of your mom's vag. I don't care anymore.
It's like, I'll
Let
spend
me talk
time
to you
with
about
but-
Guy. It's way more exciting.
You should see him swim. Oh,
It's like, enough's enough.
Fuck
We got
Flipper.
kids are scared of him.
it. Look at this point. I'm
He's
just,
smarter than
back
Flipper,
away.
I
I'm
tell you.
just sitting in a corner rambling and shit like that.
Finding Nemo? Fuck it. Guy.
Yeah, it's like enough. We get it. What are you kids doing? Oh, what are they starting school? Wow. Would they learn to walk? Holy shit, great. That's fucking
Bro,
cool.
you must have an abundance of fucking cute stories. You must be able to tell us one about Sage.
Yeah, generally I don't share that kind of stuff.
Well, now would be the most opportune time right now to tell a story that could make maybe even this iceberg over here melt.
I'll try to melt his heart with a story.
And I have one, and I'll have one after that.
Oh, boy, all right.
That'll fucking melt him
Mm-hmm.
and revert him to a fucking infant,
Really?
crying and trembling
Shit his
Passion.
pants.
and love.
He's gonna be begging to see pictures of kids. Like he's gonna be harassing people after this.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Geez, something lately. I'm trying to think. She's
Not
been
lately, just one story that you're like, maybe that just touched you in a way that that nothing else on earth can do. Nothing. Not a picture of a fucking
fighting
nothing.
fish.
Nothing.
I mean, I'll tell you what. It's not even really anything standout. It's like little things.
It's the little things. Always,
it's little
always
things.
the little things. Because when you try to find something standout, you're like, this moment, I know this moment's going to be
You
fucking
got to try
great.
to impress people.
Like at Christmas time,
Mm-hmm.
everybody expects something spectacular to happen, or an event you've been waiting for a while, and maybe you don't get. But it's always the little time when you least expect it.
Right.
They grab your heart and they just smother it with little kisses.
grab your heart. Like, why can't that be special to you without it meaning anything to fucking me at all? Like, it means nothing to me. The best story you have doesn't mean anything to me. It means nothing to me.
That says it all right there.
Yeah, that heart scabbed over.
Oh,
man.
yeah, like, you want to fucking hear everybody's fucking kids' stories. Come on.
Come on, Bri.
Just the other day, as a matter of fact, I always I find her.
He's not even listening.
You just want to hear it, huh?
I'm listening.
I find
Listen,
her.
I love Sage. I think she's a great kid. I'm happy that everything's going well. What's up?
Sage?
Yeah.
He's been drinking.
Yeah, I think that it's great. I think it's wonderful. But
Can I show you 3 pictures?
That's a friend. I mean, you won't even give a 3-picture deal to your
See, I have
buddy
to-
over here?
That I have to do, but it's just like
Let's see if I can find a good
all right.
picture of her while
He
we're
knows,
talking.
though.
Yeah, that's why I never show him pictures.
It's like, all right, how many all right, she's got some fucking cake mix on her face. I got it. I got it. Like, I got it.
Asshole.
Here she is after having done her makeup.
Yeah, she's got makeup on her face. I got it. Now show me the one with the cake on her face.
A-hole next to the Q's face.
Yeah.
Selfish a-hole.
There's no way. There's no way the fucking
Like
ants
a
are
horse's-
abandoning me on this one. I no
I
fucking
think you're
way.
wrong. Brian's going to tell a story that is, and I know the ants have nothing but the deepest affection
Sure.
for his relationship
So
with
do I.
Sage. And right now,
Right.
you're defecating on it.
I'm not defecating
How
on it.
dare you.
I think it's incredibly special. I think it's
I
great.
mean, you fucking went out of your way to call Ming legendary. And now you're going to sit here and try to derail.
Well, listen,
a
it's not
story
legendary
that-
for someone to love their kid. Like, to me, this is like, all right, what are you, a fucking metal? You love your kid. I got it.
Like he almost has me turned around on it. Like
Why? You love your
I'm
kid.
thinking of
It's
spending
good
less
for you.
time with her.
I mean, honestly, like, you know.
Come on, I'm waiting, man. I know it's going to be good.
No, you know how much pressure he has now?
Well, want me to go first?
You could go first. I mean, like I said, well, you know what? No, you don't have to go first because you have something lined up. To me, it's always the little things. I just like watching her when she doesn't know it. You know, like I do most girls.
You are in the room when you're watching.
Yeah, like not outside. Like
You're outside, like
peering through the window.
Shazam! Pull that sheet down! I can't see through the fucking window.
The sheet.
Get that dog out of the way!
Who the fuck put this Christmas tree on the porch? I'm gonna get fined, you dumb bitch. I like to just watch her play because I find she's very creative. She's super into My Little Pony, and for Christmas I got she's not a brony. No. For Christmas I got Suzanne and her the same slippers.
Little pony slippers?
No, they're not pony slippers. They're just like Ugg slippers.
Okay.
But I was in the bedroom the other day and I heard a bunch of clumping, and I went out into the living room and she had her slippers on her back feet, Suzanne's slippers on her front feet, and she was just like racing around the house like a pony and shit. And she saw me and she's like, it's first, like I think I told you this a while ago that I asked you with your girls if you had this issue where she apologizes all the time.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really do it that much anymore, but she like looked at me and she goes, "Thawi Dada," like 'cause she thought she was making too much noise. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, because I never ever say anything to her about that kind of shit. And in that moment, I was just like, I felt good that like I wasn't that, because I have had that experience where like you do something small and you get fucking laid into for it. And I was happy. I was happy that I wasn't that dad or that person to like, you know.
I mean, that's a good story about you, really, more than... Right?
Who are we talking about? But no, like, and then I was like, I said, Sage, you don't have to apologize. It's okay. You can play pony. And then she like, you know, just starts doing it again, you know, without feeling bad about herself.
Well,
without,
that's great,
you know.
man. That's a beautiful story, no?
But it's like that all the time. It's legendary. But that's what I mean. It's like it's not a ton of
ain't got shit. I'm Brian Johnson.
It's not a ton of huge things. It's just like all little things with her that I enjoy. And I don't tell anybody, because I do know that when people tell me overly, like unless they're friends, like if like I love when you tell me stories about your kids, actually, because a lot of times they're about shit that you do to them that like makes me laugh.
Well, you might have one coming up. So right then and there, you admit though that you can be tested if people try to talk too much about kids to you, their kids. I
wouldn't get mad, but I would definitely get bored and try to like change the topic.
Would you take the stance of cues, like the 2-picture limit, and if any more, you know, that's
who are they? They're like they're rude. Picture 3. It depends. It depends. Like
I don't say anything. I'm not like, all right.
It's also
all right with this, but like internally, like they go down in my estimation as a person.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I'll probably cut them. Like, I'll make no effort to hang out with them or anything like that. Like,
they're written off.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like enough. It's like my time means that little to them that I gotta look at pictures of their fucking kids.
Yeah, I find that that I have transferred that though. That I know, like, I don't care a ton about other people's kids. So that's why I don't really harass people about Sage unless somebody asks, you know. Or sometimes I'll, you know, if I think there's a particularly cute picture, I'll put it on Twitter.
If you were started talking about Sage and you saw Q zoning out, like he was zoning out, a little bit of dribble on his chin,
right? Like he appears to be catatonic.
Would you be annoyed?
No.
No.
I would check myself and be like, I'm being boring. Which I try to never do.
Bad about yourself.
No, I wouldn't feel bad. No, I wouldn't feel bad. But I would be like, I'm talking about shit somebody doesn't care about, which I sort of pride myself on not doing usually.
It's different with Sage.
So if I did, I'd ease off maybe.
I like hearing Brian happy. So when he talks about Sage, like that's what I'm hearing. So that's different. It's a little different.
It is definitely a different scenario.
Sure.
All right. So what about if? Okay. So how should I feel? I don't know if I've ever talked to my kids with you, Q. Do I?
Sometimes, but they're always fun stories, like the leprechaun in the box and shit like that. Yeah.
But like, so Brian, what if I was talking to Q and you noticed the dribble on his chin when I was talking to him? Should I feel upset?
No. I mean, obviously, you have a person here who's like,
His
textbook
barometer is way the
sociopath.
fuck off.
Well, I'm not a sociopath.
He's calling Ming Chen legendary.
Yeah.
And he's falling aslep at a beautiful story I'm trying to tell him about my daughters.
You haven't even started yet.
There's a crossed wire somewhere. Yeah.
Well, I'm not denying
It's not
that.
his fault. It's not his fault, you're saying?
No.
All right.
Bullshit.
No. You know what? He would to truly understand, he would need to have like that relationship with a being other than a fish that he plans on flushing down the toilet. Someday he'll have that.
I don't know.
All right. So I tried to come up with. I actually went out to dinner with my wife and the kids, and I said that I was planning this. I just said I had to come up with a topic involving children. I said I wanted to come up with the most sentimental or the thing that you guys really hold as a special moment that you'll look back on when you're older or something. When I'm gone, you'll be like, oh, I remember that day we did this with Dad and Mom or whatever.
That's what you asked the girls?
Yeah.
Like, I want you to picture me dead.
Flushing me down the toilet.
No, I just said, well, they're old. I mean, my one daughter's 15, one's 11. I mean, they're old.
The 15-year-old's like, I do it constantly. Go on.
And they were racking their brains, and they were going, and I would give suggestions of things that I thought were like appropriate. And they would come back with things like, "Oh, what? You thought that was endearing?"
No.
We didn't even remember that since you said it just now. And I'm like, "Okay, all right."
I was joking. That was just jokes.
So we're sitting there, and I told them, and they were like, they had forgotten about this. Oh boy, this is so fun now. And this is. Parents out there, new parents out there, they can use this technique because it definitely works. If your kids are going out of line, you're like in Target or a Walmart, and they're kind of being unruly. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're arguing with each other and they want something.
Say that you're going to send them home with a black person.
I would tell them, because I would do this at home. I would pretend that I was different. Character daddies at home.
I remember this. I remember this vaguely.
Oh my god! We would do this for hours. But if I threatened to do it in public, they would straighten up like immediately,
Really?
And they would stop arguing and stop being like me. And they never really caused me any problems out in public. They were always been good. But even if they were just doing something that was like, a little off kilter or like out of character for them, I would say, "Oh, baby daddy's going to show up."
Baby daddy, I told you, the black guy. I knew it.
The baby daddy was. I would pretend when they were really young, they would hit me with like if we were wrestling or something with stuffed animals. I would pretend every time they hit me, my brain would scramble a little bit, and I would become a different persona, daddy. And so when I was baby daddy, I would just talk and baby talk to them. I would be like, "Could you go get me a drink?"
Sounds like your Quinn impression.
And I'd be like, "Could someone change a channel for me?" I would pretend I couldn't do anything, and then they would hit me on the head again, and I would become cowboy daddy, and I would become a cowboy. But everything would be cowboy talk. I wouldn't stop talking like a cowboy and walking like a cowboy until they just couldn't stand it anymore. I'd be robot daddy. Monster daddy. And so then one time they said I was going to do it in Target. I was going to become cowboy daddy, and they were like, "Well, go ahead." And they were like, they gave me the challenge, like, "You won't do it in public." So I just got up there and I just started going, "Oh, goddamn tarnation! I can't believe these sale prices in this darn place." And their faces turned white as everybody turned around and started looking at me.
So something Maxwell's kids deal with every day.
and they start throwing things at your head.
You're trying to get me to go back to it. Yeah. And they stopped immediately. They were mortified, and then every time I said, I'll become baby daddy or a cowboy
Becomes
daddy.
abusive daddy.
Yeah. I remember Edgar turning into boxer daddy plenty of times.
But yeah, I told them about that, and they were just like, "Oh my god, I remember that. That was awful."
Oh, they really didn't remember it favorably.
They laughed about it, but of course they were like, "Don't tell that story.
Yeah.
You look like an idiot. You look like you're crazy if you tell that story." So that's the story I chose.
But
though.
see, that's
was a good one,
Not
yeah.
a story really about your kids. That would not. See, that's interesting. It's funny. It lets me know something about you. Like it's funny.
It's not just a picture.
Yeah, it's not like if
I
you
mean,
were sitting
like,
there
look
and
at
just
this
like,
and tell me how great my kid is.
Dude, I saw the spittle hanging off your chin.
No, that was good.
You tried to hide you wiping it off.
No, I would love.
I
to
thought
sit
you
there
were
and-
deft at it.
But like, you've never had like people who are just like, oh my kid is in the play, and like you haven't. Nobody's talked to you like that and had those inane fucking conversations about their kids.
I almost only exclusively talk to you guys pretty much. I don't talk to that many people.
Q, you come into contact with a lot of people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen, man. I embrace it.
Yeah,
This is the new Q, we thought.
This is fans. No, but like you said, when people come up to me in the street, I've never not been nice to anybody, and I never will. Hopefully, not be nice to people. But I hear that, it's just like, oh
Fuck your kids.
yeah, kids, bro. Fuck, hey, man, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real.
True to yourself.
Yeah, fuck them. I don't care.
Self-absorbed asshole.
Sure,
Well, especially if you're on it.
sure.
I mean, I think probably even worse than that would be the total stranger. The total stranger who's like, you're sitting, like, say you're in an airplane, you're sitting next to them, and they want to tell you about themselves at all, let alone
You was
their-
trapped.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you resort to if somebody just
If there's an
on a
open
plane?
seat, I'll move. I've done it. I don't give a
Because
fuck.
of people bothering you about kids?
Well, that fucking, I told you that fat chick
Yes.
that was laying bombs I found on the flight on the plane. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. I don't care.
But that was
it's not.
health
I'm not
reasons.
preserving your
Health
feelings
reasons, though.
at the expense of a 3-hour flight.
You
for
shouldn't
me.
you shouldn't be expected to absorb inhaling
Bombs, yeah.
fecal dust.
Right.
I agree with you moving. But if someone's just like, "Hey, bro, look at my kid, man. He won an award.
I just put my headphones in.
Won
and
the
that's that.
Clarence Peabody Award for science."
That's cool. That's awesome. I'll put my buttons in. That's it. I got work to do.
All right. Well, that was #boring. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Did we achieve it?
I think.
Could we say that we've tackled the most boring topics on Earth and made them?
It's not up for us
exciting
to
and
decide,
interesting?
really. I guess it's up for.
It's up to Stitcher.
Yeah.
It's up to Stitcher now.
It's up to Stitcher to reconsider and
Well, no. Well, I'm talking
publicly shame Joe Rogan.
2014.
2014.
Well, we'll have to wait a while to see if
Sure.
this worked, but I got a good feeling about this one.
Gears grind slow, bro.
Tell him, Steve, Dave.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.